Here is a video of excerpts from some of the speeches that were given at the rally for rank-and-file carpenters in Western Washington, the rally called by Kshama Sawant and Socialist Alternative. The first speaker was Kshama Sawant.
The carpenters have been striking for 1 week now after having voted against 4 tentative agreements. 4 tentative agreements. That takes courage. The carpenters are not only courageously on strike for these demands, they are on strike for all of us in the working class. I share with you that I have pledged to donate $10,000 from this Solidarity Fund to the Carpenters Strike Fund if the union sets one up. I was shocked to discover that many of the so-called PLA sites that carpenters work at, which have perpetual no-strike clauses, are City of Seattle sites. It is scandalous that the City of Seattle would be creating anti-union contracts with carpenters and other trades workers. And yes, no strike clauses are anti-union in every sense of the word.
That's right. That's right.
Anti-union because they take away the principal tool workers have to defend themselves from attacks from the boss. Second, I will be introducing an ordinance to require contractors in Seattle to pay 100% of the parking costs for workers in Seattle. Third, I will be introducing an ordinance that restores the right of workers to strike by prohibiting perpetual no-strike clauses on City of Seattle project labor agreements.
The next speaker was Nina Wirtz.
We are the ones who build this city, and it's through our labor that the city can thrive. We deserve nothing less than to share in that prosperity. The AGC thinks we make enough already, but how many of us can actually afford to raise a family within Seattle city limits? No. It's no surprise to face the resistance from the corporate bosses when we demand our fair share. We carpenters are also disappointed in our leadership. We voted to strike, and we were told to unite under that vote. But why does it feel like the leadership's hearts aren't in it? Why would they keep us from striking jobs that we previously picketed? When the AGC claimed our contracts were historically high, and we're being greedy with our demands as if cost of living isn't already historically high, why did our leadership stay silent? In every industry, you'll find hard workers struggling to make ends meet. The common thread between us carpenters making our $46 an hour and the minimum wage workers living paycheck to paycheck is that the millionaire and billionaire bosses are sitting on stacks of money that no one with a conscience should have. It is through our shared struggle that we must find solidarity. All of us who work day in and day out deserve the dignity of a living wage. From us carpenters who wear our bags, to the cashiers at the grocery store, to the migrant farmers picking our food. We made it farther than they ever thought we would. But we have to keep going. If we continue to keep fighting together, if we keep building this labor movement, they cannot stop us.
My name is Monty Woods, and I'm a journeyman carpenter. I'm a combat, honorably discharged veteran. And I am sick and tired of my union leadership leading this strike and ultimately designed to fail.
That's right.
They have us picketing sites that don't matter. They have us picketing lay-down yards. And if you're tired of it, if you're tired of being led around to fail, then let's join together and let's make a difference together. Listen, me and Logan, we met at a rally. I do not agree with everything he stands for politically, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I'm a worker and so is he, and he is my brother, therefore. If we can set our differences aside between men and women, between colors and ethnic groups, I don't care if you're a member of the LGBTQ community or not. It doesn't matter. If you're a carpenter, you need to stand together. Brothers and sisters, unite. I would like to take the time to shake hands with Kshama Sawant. This is a very difficult thing for me because we do not agree politically. However, this sister has taken it upon herself to show solidarity to me, a carpenter, and she calls me a brother. She donates her time, she donates her financial resources to gain an advantageous position in our effort in the labor movement. And I'd like to shake your hand and say thank you, sister, for what you've done. I agree with Kshama Sawant 100%. These PLAs were designed by one purpose in mind, and that was to divide us in our union. 80% of us are working on non-strikeable jobs. Today, you are standing on the absolute precipice of joining a movement and furthering it for you and your families, or saying I could have, but I chose not to. Thank you, everyone.
The next speaker was ironworker Logan Swan.
This is only the beginning of us workers getting organized and fighting back. Workers and youth are being hit with low wages, high rents, evictions, no health care, climate catastrophe, billionaires grinding up this planet and everyone on it while not paying taxes and busting our unions with their big business politicians. Nobody changes things for us. It's by the working class getting organized, being clear on what's in our interest and who our enemy is. And it's the bosses, it's the employers. When we make all of that wealth and then they pocket trillions of dollars, that comes at our expense. There is no, partnership. There is no both of us benefiting. It's them taking from us. So the change that we need to see will be one through us today, and which I think a lot of people have spoken to, rebuilding a multiracial, multi-gender, every single working class person getting organized and fighting the billionaire class.
I'm Calvin Barta. I'm a journeyman carpenter, local 30. I want to mention our fallen brother. Again, I know it's been mentioned, but we die on these jobs. We've lost 3 carpenters on the 520 project in the last couple years. I'm fogging up on you guys. Let me pull my mask down real quick. We've lost 3 carpenters on that 520 job over the last couple years. We die on these jobs. I've had my life in another man's hands, as I'm sure all of you have. Anybody that's ever put on P-hooks, you've put your life in another man's hands. That's all there is to it. Or woman. When I say man, I mean human. Now, let's just be clear on that. I also want to thank Kshama Sawant and her whole camp for being supportive to the labor movement and doing what they do tirelessly, day in and day out. So I want to thank Art Francisco as well. This man, I met Art Francisco 4 years ago, 5 years ago when we were working on the other contract. And just like I said about Kshama Sawant and her dedication, this man is dedicated to the labor movement as well. Monty, I could go on down the list. John, sister, I don't know your name. I'm so sorry. Nina. Sister Nina, thank you for your words. But I want to talk about indentured servitude, because that's what PLAs are. That's what PLAs are. They straddle a contract at the beginning of the job on a contract time to where we all know what happens. We've been on them. We're locked into those wages from the last contract. It can be up to 2 years. It can be throughout that whole contract. That's indentured servitude. That's holding us hostage. And I want to talk also about non-strikeable jobs that our BA just got up in my face over there. A lot of you guys saw it. Got an inch from me and was pumping his chest out with his gun tattoo showing in my face like he's a tough guy, right? And he told me, "Where's your solidarity?" And I'll tell you where our solidarity is. It's right here.
Right here.
It's right here. We ran you off your own side, bud.
Right here.
This is the solidarity, and it's not going to stop. Let's talk about our pensions, right? Our pension, they got their 2 pensions fully funded based off their up in the $100,000 ranges of years. I got a buddy on Facebook hit me up, said they're offering you guys 20%. What the hell are you striking about? They're offering us 20%? Are you kidding me? They're not offering us 20%. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about our pension and how it's in the red every third year, and they take our raise. How many of you got a letter in the mail that said, sorry, we got to take your raise this year because our pension's in trouble? Here's the answer. We all band together. We don't stop this movement. We keep it going. Solidarity is the only way we're going to get this done. Thank you.
My name is Tamar, and I am a member of Socialist Alternatives Black Caucus. Thank you. An organizer in the movement for Black Lives, and I am proud to stand here today in solidarity with the Northwest Union Carpenters in their struggle against the bosses with this strike. I stand here in solidarity to show that the movements against racism, sexism, homophobia, and transphobia are literally part and parcel of your fight for a better contract. These evils are cynically used by the ruling class to divide and conquer workers, which results in making all of us weaker and easier to exploit. We must all stand together against such evils and strive to vigilantly embody the IWW's motto of an injury to one is an injury to all. Black workers are still more likely to be in a union than anyone else, and with good reason. Unions have been a crucial tool for Black workers in their fight for equality and dignity on the job and in society.
We got your back.
That's right, fuck yes. And it is no accident that failing or falling unionization rates are closely correlated to the massive economic blows dealt disproportionately to the Black community over recent decades. In the shadow of the colossus that is the climate crisis, we will have to move diligently to intertwine the struggles against discrimination with the needs of a fighting labor movement. By getting involved in social movements, labor can play a central role in fighting the boss's political and economic oppression. This sort of solidarity will be absolutely necessary in combating the power of large corporate lobbies and winning a better future for us all. Thank you, and solidarity.